Hello, everyone. Wonderful to be with all of you today. I see friends and community from all over the world, from Kathmandu, Nepal, from Europe, from South America, and from many different parts of the United States. I appreciate all of you joining with us this morning. Maybe in the chat box, say where you're from, and if there's a word, a single word that can capture how you're feeling right at this moment in the middle of these very uncertain and turbulent times, please feel free to say a word in the chat box. Just yesterday, His Holiness the Dalai Lama posted a little essay in Time magazine, and if any of you have not come across it yet, I would recommend reading it. And in this essay, His Holiness reminds us of how this pandemic so dramatically underscores the interconnectedness of people on the planet, and how our actions in one part of the world are so intimately connected with actions and consequences in very different parts of the world. And we can really see that so incredibly today. And this also helps to it also helps to remind us that we need, and His Holiness reminds us of this, that we need to all take responsibility for getting us out of this difficulty that we find ourselves in. It is not going to be solved by one government or a few people. It really requires the responsibility of all of us to play whatever part we might play, including the simple act of physical distancing, which itself is, as I've said before, an act of generosity, where we are not only benefiting ourselves by not coming into contact with the virus, but we are benefiting others by not being vectors for spreading it. And it's, I think, really important to reflect on this and to reflect on how each of us is really contributing to being a part of the greater good. And we have an opportunity now to demonstrate a kind of universal responsibility to help eradicate this really terrible virus that is causing so much suffering on the planet today. So with that as a kind of introduction, I'd like to lead us through a little bit of practice this morning, and then we can come back and share a little bit. So let's find a comfortable but upright posture, one that is dignified, not too tight, not too loose. If we're sitting on a chair, it helps to have our feet on the ground and sitting straight so we remain awake. And we can sit with our eyes open or closed, whichever is most comfortable. And let's begin by simply bringing awareness into the present moment, into our bodies, taking a couple of deep breaths, and then just exhaling whatever tension we may be holding. And as we begin this period of practice, let's reflect on our motivation again. Why is it that it is so beneficial to calm our minds and open our hearts, particularly at this challenging moment in human history? And we can recognize that when we calm our minds and open our hearts, it is beneficial not only for ourselves, but for all the other beings that we connect with, directly and indirectly. So let's spend a few moments steeping ourselves in this motivation and seeing if we can find this altruistic intent for our practice. And as we reflect on this motivation, let's bring awareness into our bodies, and we can sweep our awareness through our bodies, beginning with our head, our face, our jaw, bringing awareness into our neck and our shoulders, and as we bring awareness into these parts of our body, simply noticing whatever might be present, whether it's unpleasant, pleasant, neutral, doesn't matter. We're not trying to fix anything. Simply infusing our bodies with awareness, bringing awareness into our chest, our torso, both the front and the back, bringing awareness into our arms, our hands, our fingers, bringing awareness to our hips, our sit bones, our thighs, bringing awareness into our legs, our thighs, our shins, our ankles, our feet, and our toes. Waking up our bodies with awareness. And allowing our bodies to be support and anchor for our awareness. And let's rest in this awareness for a few moments. And simply noticing whatever may be arising. And seeing if we can simply relax into our bodies. And now, let's bring into our mind and our heart some people close to us. It may be people we live with, it may be our spouse, it may be others who are helping us in this time of challenge and difficulty, in whatever way they may be helping. Maybe someone is helping to cook. Maybe someone is helping to clean. Maybe it is a person who is delivering supplies. Maybe it is a person who is collecting our sanitation, our trash each week. Maybe it's a healthcare provider. Bringing one or two of these people into our mind and our heart, and allowing this sense of appreciation for all that they're doing to arise. In the face of the extraordinary difficulties that we are having today, there is so many opportunities for appreciation because so many people are expressing their basic goodness. And finding ways to support one another as we navigate these uncertain times. And let's bring perhaps one or two other people into our mind and our heart, maybe people we don't know personally, but people we may have read about, perhaps on the front lines, who are risking their own health to serve others. Our nurses, our doctors, our first responders, people who are manning the grocery stores, public servants, and let's bring one or two of these people into our mind and our heart. And if we had an opportunity to thank them, what would we say? How would we express our appreciation and our gratitude? And reflecting on the comment by His Holiness the Dalai Lama that it is only going to be through collective action where each of us takes our place, takes responsibility to serve in whatever way we can, that we will conquer this terrible pandemic. So let's see if we can find in this reflection on appreciation also strength and conviction to never give up, as His Holiness says. Never give up. And to contribute in whatever ways we can. And even the act of simply physical distancing is itself an act of benefit for others. Many of you in the chat box have commented on all of the suffering. Many hearts are broken. An extraordinary number of people have died as a consequence of this. And many others are quite sick. And so let's now spend a few moments reflecting on how every human being shares the same wish to be happy, to be healthy, to be free of suffering. And let's bring one or two people into our mind and our heart, maybe people we know, maybe others we've read or heard about, who right at this moment are suffering. And let us cultivate the aspiration that they be safe, that they be healthy, and that they be free of suffering and its causes. And we can use a simple phrase, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be free of suffering and its causes. Or whatever words best resonate with you. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering and its causes. As we hold these people in our heart and in our mind. And we can move on to other individuals. And have the same wish, the same aspiration. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering and its causes. And now, in these last few minutes of our practice, as we always do in certain traditions, we dedicate whatever merit, whatever insight, whatever new learning we may have gleaned, and we dedicate it to the welfare of others. And so we can use these moments to reflect on how we may bring this out into the world, how we may apply the insights that we've gleaned. Perhaps expressing our appreciation when we have the opportunity. Perhaps contributing by helping others when we have that opportunity. So spending a few moments reflecting on the ways in which we can bring this sensibility out into the world. And as we draw this practice to a close, for those of you whose eyes have been closed, please open them and retain the same quality of awareness as you re-engage and as you begin to navigate again in the world. So I invite you now to, if you'd like, put a word in the chat box, how you're doing. We have people joining us literally from all over the world. It's really wonderful to see that. And I'd like to remind you that we have meditations daily on the Healthy Minds Innovations YouTube channel. So please feel free to join us for that. We are offering them free thanks to the generosity of our donors. And it's great to see all these comments about being peaceful, more calm and connected, expansive. From New York, from Norway, from Italy, from Mexico, South America. From Brooklyn, New York, where I was born. Great to see. So thank you all so much, and please tune in to this channel, and please also go to our website to learn more about our activities. One of the extraordinary things that has occurred is that this pandemic is actually providing an opportunity not just for us to disseminate practices, but also to actually study their impact. And we know that calming our mind and opening our heart is not just important for our psychological well-being, but scientific research shows that it's important for our bodies as well. And particularly during this challenging time in terms of physical health, maintaining optimal performance of our mind and our body is really very beneficial. So these practices, we believe, can be very helpful in those ways. So thank you all for tuning in. I should also mention, for those of you in Latin America and Spain and other Spanish-speaking countries, we have a meditation each week that is in Spanish. So please feel free to check that out. It is led by Daniela Labro, one of our wonderful collaborators from Atentamente in Mexico City. And we look forward to you joining in and seeing us soon. So thank you all so much, and may you all be safe, may you all be healthy, and have a very good remainder of the day or evening and the weekend and weeks ahead. Thank you so much.